Hello, am I in focus or are my eyes just really bad? Hold on, I think I'm in focus and my eyes are really bad. Anyway, it's been a long time since I've spoken to camera. Lots of things have changed and lots of things have happened, and I kind of got into a habit of going on walks, going out and then doing art based on what I'd seen, which is great. I love that format, but I don't want to be constrained by a format all the time. I'd like to have a little bit of leeway in how I make videos. So I'm sitting in my bedroom. My home studio has been taken over and turned into a bedroom now, which is great because that's what it should have been all along. And I haven't been to my other studio for months, for a couple of months, because I've had deadlines and things I've had to do. But hopefully we'll be getting back there this week. I need to get back into art routine. It nourishes me in a way that nothing else does. So yeah, so I'm in my bedroom. I'm gonna make space for a little bit of artwork in here, and I've got some paints to review. It's really funny, a while back I was thinking to myself, I use a lot of acrylic and it's like painting with glue. I wonder what it's like to paint with oils. And then a company reached out to me and said, hey, would you like some oils? And I went, I would, I really would like some oils. So they sent me some of their oil paints to review. I'm not paid, it's not a paid thing. And I can give an honest review, so I will. But because I'm not used to oil paints, it won't be an oil paint review. It'll be more the difference between acrylics and oil paints. So that's nice. So I'll show you the oil paints and we'll crack on. Also, I thought I would stick to a limited palette, and I've always wanted to try the Zorn palette. So the Zorn palette was created by, I can't remember the name, I'll probably say it now. Editing Debbie, what was the name of the guy who used the Zorn palette? The Zorn palette, believed to have been used by the Swedish portrait painter Anders Zorn. Brilliant. And that consists of a cadmium red, a yellow ochre, black and a white. Yeah, that's it, 4 colours. And so I'm going to have a go with that. Hello, if you're new here, my name's Debbie. I'm a 50-something artist living and working in the Lake District, UK, and I make videos about art and life. As stated in the introduction, in this little experiment I'm going to be using the Zorn palette. So these colours are vermilion, although I've swapped this out for a red. I should have stuck with vermilion in hindsight, but vermilion, ivory black, flake white and yellow ochre. Flake white isn't actually available anymore because it's poisonous and has been banned by the EU, so this is a titanium white that I'm using. Vermilion, actual vermilion, is really expensive, so cadmium red is usually swapped out for actual vermilion. And yeah, so this is a good palette for people who are interested in portrait painting. It seems to offer just enough tonal variation with the black and the white, and enough skin colour variation with the vermilion and the yellow ochre. Yeah, so the advantage of mixing colours with a limited palette means that you have less risk of achieving muddy colours, and when you have too many pigments all mixed in the same palette, it tends to flatten and deaden a picture. So a limited palette has been used by many of the great portrait artists in the past. This one bases itself on a kind of primary set plus white, and the black replaces the blue, so you can imagine it primary plus white. So if you want to know more about the Zorn palette, I'm going to leave a link in the description to a blog post on Jackson's Art blog page about the Zorn palette and all the colours and all the palettes you can mix with just these colours. It's a phenomenal range of colours that you can achieve with this really limited palette. I didn't really mix many colours, and I didn't really plan ahead. Usually when I get a new set of paints or a new set of primaries, I will do a colour mixing chart and see just what I can achieve and what tones I can achieve. And I should have done that with this set. I would have been amazed by the amount of colours I could have achieved, but I didn't. I was lazy and I was too excited, and I just wanted to jump in and have a go. So yeah, like I said, I'm used to acrylics and gouache, and acrylic gouache mainly. And I've been using emulsion lately, which I love. It dries really matte and I'm really enjoying it. But I've never really used oils, and I think the reason I haven't used oils is because I've been put off by the toxic mediums. You can't use water to mix them, for example, because oil and water don't mix naturally, so you have to use either terps or I think I've got white spirits, and I was mixing the oils with that. The advantages of oils is they mix really nicely, and you can make smooth transitions from one colour and one shade into the next. I really like that, and I honestly enjoyed the way those transitions happen. Gouache is a bit difficult. It can be done, but it's a lot more difficult. And with acrylic paint, you know, I've never seen it done well. You can always tell where one colour ends and one colour begins, and I certainly can't mix like an oil colour consistency. The only thing that put me off with using oils was the white spirits that I had to clean my brushes in. Don't like using toxic materials if I don't have to. This stuff stinks to high heaven, and the amount of times I almost drink my paint water would make this dangerous for me. I don't know if I'm going to go back to oils. I'm glad I had a go, and if you're wondering whether you'd like it, you probably would. If you like painting, oil paints are absolutely amazing. But you'd have to really consider what you're going to do with the toxic materials that come with it, such as the terps and the brush cleaning equipment, because you can't just put it down the sink. You can't put it in the bin. You've got to. I'm letting a little bit of this white spirits evaporate, and hopefully be able to deal with it that way. But that's my only concern. The paints are great, so if you're thinking about getting into oils, yeah, give it a go and let me know what you think. Are you an acrylic person? Are you wanting to get into oils, or are you used to oils and you're finding the transition to acrylics difficult? Because once you're used to oils, acrylics can be absolutely unbearable, I've heard. But yeah, let me know if you ever decide to get oils and what is your opinion on them. So if you would like to try some oils, and this brand in particular, Lightwish are offering 15% off, and I'll leave the code to their website in the description below, so go check them out. So after this rushed portrait, I wouldn't say it's the world's best or even my particular best. I was just playing around to see whether I liked oils and whether I liked working with the Zorn palette. Portraits aren't my forte. I do like doing them, but I'm not very good at them, so I kind of do people looking like a relative of theirs, and I never really get the full likeness, bang on, but that's fine. But I did have the itch to do some more painting with house paint, so I'm going to go right ahead and do another house painting. I've been really enjoying painting on wood. For years I've not enjoyed painting on wood. I've never really got a handle on it, but I've been using acrylics and it's not really worked for me. But house paint on wood, yeah, I'm really digging that. So enjoy the rest of the video, and hopefully I will see you next week. Bye. So if you got all the way to the end of this video, thank you very much. I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, and hit subscribe if you haven't already, because the engagement really helps the YouTube robots push me out to more, that's my code, push me out to more amazing people who are just like you, but not as good as you, because you're amazinger. But if you could do that, that would be great. Thank you very much, and hopefully I will see you in this space, maybe in my studio space next week. All right, bye.